Hi, welcome back everyone. This is Caitlin Gregg, and we are reviewing the 2020 American Birkebeiner. This is the women's elite field, and we are now just past one of the bigger climbs in the beginning of the race. We have Felicia Easier out in front. I am closely following her in second, paying close attention to who's leading, whose skis are looking fast. We got about a group of 15 women here, all very much capable of taking the win, and so everyone is looking good. You can notice I'm reaching down. I know the course super well. I know all the good downhills, so I know when a good opportunity to feed is. Yep, you can see me there, taking in the fluids, taking in the energy, paying close attention. You can see here, Jess Eaton has some really fast skis. She's gliding away from the other athletes quite well. And Rita-Lisa Ropinen is sensing those gaps opening up and wanting to make sure that she's in a good position should there be any attacks or any separation happening. At this point, I'm kind of in the middle of the pack, just kind of cruising, taking some stock in who else is up there in the group. You can see, just next to me is Hannah Cole, and behind her is Erica Flowers. Erica is a very good tactical racer. She knows not to do too much work at the front, to wait for her. We're having a little bit of a problem here. The snowmobile got a little too close and kind of compressed us all, which is always unnerving at this point, because if we break a pole, there isn't a ton of opportunity to get a pole for a few K, and so really just kind of making sure we keep our equipment in good shape at this point in the course. So here it's a nice rolling section of the trail. You can see it's incredibly fast conditions out. We can definitely glide a lot. You can see that's Caitlin Miller there. She's a 2018 Olympian, kind of picking her pole up, making sure she also keeps them out of any harm's way of the snowmobile. This is Carolyn Brisboe from APU, just the back of the pack, and the legendary Keegan Randall holding on to that lead pack. Really impressive what she's been able to do. So this is one of the bigger turns on the course. As you can see, there's a big crowd of people there. Honestly, I think they're there mostly for some of the spills and excitement later in the race, but you never know. So you just came ripping down the hill. The snowmobile now just giving us a little bit of space, a little bit of time to kind of regroup and get together, and then it's coming up. Now you can kind of see the shot from the back to the front. Again, we've got a pretty good pack of women here, about 15 women. Everybody is in contention at this point. Everybody is just hanging on. I will say one thing that is definitely the case is that although it's easier not to be leading, it's actually a little bit harder to be off the back, because you sort of are reacting to almost like a slinky effect. So if the people in the front slow down, you feel it a lot more in the back, and then if they speed up, you feel that a lot more in the back too. So it's kind of a tricky balance to be not necessarily breaking the winds for everyone, but also not necessarily getting yo-yoed off the back too much, because that does take a lot of energy and a lot of effort. So here we have Rita-Lisa Ropinen taking a pull at the front. This is a beautiful rolling section of the course. Great speed on the downhills. She's got Jess Eaton marking her. And then right behind those two, I've kind of decided already at this point in the race that those are the two women that are going to be the top competitors and top contenders, and I want to mark them. So here I'm just checking my speed on my skis. I'm tucking, but I'm coming up alongside Jess Eaton, feeling like my boards are running well, feeling like they're just as competitive. Some of the hills here come fast and furious, so it's a lot of V1 followed by a lot of big glide. All right, we're coming up on one of the Spirit of the Birkie skiers. They're awesome. We always try to give them lots of space, and they always give us lots of good cheers. It's great to see them out there, and it's great to have them on course with us. All right, some of the big climbs coming up here. We got Rita-Lisa Ropinen. She's getting in a nice, steady pace. She's looking strong. You can see the group of women kind of hanging together here. Rita's looking back, kind of gauging what's happening. We've actually, in that last climb, put in a little bit of a surge. And so what happens here is I come up alongside and I kind of let the women know in a little bit that we've actually got a gap and that we should work together to try to break that group apart and try to make it, make it a 3-woman race. So it looks like the rest of the women have pulled in, but now you can see that instead of it being a big pack of women, it's become almost a big line of women. And that's pretty standard when people are starting to get tired. They kind of, instead of trying to fight to be up in that front pack a little bit, they decide that the best option is to try to hold on the best they can. So again, Rita Lisa is charging, looking good, looking relaxed, looking smooth. She's got Jess Eaton behind her, who's really just floating at this point in the course. Skiing behind these 2 women, I could just tell that Jess was feeling good. She had really nice rhythm, really nice, good glides, really nice, good energy. I looked back and noticed that split from the other women and thought, you know what? If there's any chance for me to be up there, I need to break away right now. We need to get far enough ahead that these other women behind us just decide that they're going for a 4th through 15. So you can see the charging attack I'm putting in here, a big push, a big effort, and we've got a lot of members of the Crestbury Green team kind of charging in, and then there's Erica Flowers. She sensed that there was something happening, and she did not want to be stuck off of that group, and so she's trying to pull that other group back up, at least bring herself back into contact with us. So I put in a big surge here. You can see I'm working pretty hard. I'm definitely trying to put the effort in. Jess Eaton looks super relaxed. Just looks totally in control. Rita Lisa looks, again, also in control. Maybe not as much as Jess Eaton, but yeah, here's a good opportunity to see how the boards are running. I'm a bit lower than Jess Eaton, but it looks like both of us have solid skis. Here comes Erica Flowers. She put in some good time on that downhill, so her skis are running well too. So it's a great day. It's great conditions again, fast snow, and so everyone seemed to have pretty good skis. Feeling like we were all pretty comparable at the front for speed, which is fun, which is exciting. So here we're climbing. I have a little higher tempo than Jess. She's really just nice and relaxed. You can see the line now, as people get tired, is starting to get just longer and longer, and that's pretty standard for this race. It really is a grind, and for the women's race, we tend to have a little bit more attacks early on than the men's race, and so that line tends to kind of spread out a little bit sooner. So here now our pack has shrunk down to 6 women. I have to be honest with you. Again, as I mentioned in the first race, I was pretty sick the 2 weeks before this, and leading into the race still was not feeling good, still was feeling a bit under the weather, but at the Birkie, I had to put in my best effort and see what was possible. So I had to go for it, see what I could do, and so this was my effort here to see, could I break the group? Could I make a big dent in the crowd? So it's looking like we're putting in some good time. Again, these other women are working not as hard behind me, but as you can see, we're definitely separating the pack.